can we just go back, Doctor? Just
Yeah.
as a Christian now,
Hmm.
how do you process that you're living in a time now? Like we had that Senate thing the other day with Babbitt, where he wants medical attention given to children who are born alive. And we have children from failed abortions born alive now. Um, and 30 something senators said no.
Mm.
Just leave it there to die, which can take from a few minutes to apparently a few hours. How do you process that you as a doctor are alive in this time where doctors will actually do the opposite of their Hippocratic oath? They're literally
Well,
doing harm, and they're
uh,
literally abandoning people who, and these are people, they're here, they're breathing, they're people, and they just leave them there to die. And suddenly,
mm,
that's another thing that we all got angry about, but we just accept it, and it's been state
mm.
approved. How do we? How do you process that as a young doctor, young Christian
I
doctor?
guess I I see it as it's the end result of what a lot of people say is the culture of death. So when you hear some Christians and Catholics talk about abortion and euthanasia, that they use the phrase "culture of death," and a culture of death it's a culture where we don't respect life anymore. And
Mm,
when you sort of say, "Oh, well, it's just a sort of a 6 week old fetus or an 8 week old fetus," it doesn't have any kind of brain activity, so it's okay to kill it. Well, when you start there is really there's no moral boundary between that and saying, well, I've got this there's this disabled person here, and they're profoundly disabled, and they have no they need to be fed and looked after 24 hours a day, and have their bum wiped and everything, and clothed, and they'd be better off dead, and that's the sort of thing that's happening now in places like Canada and the Netherlands, and in
eugenics.
Canada even
Mm,
they're saying, well, some people are applying to have euthanasia in Canada because they're homeless, because
yeah.
they've got nothing, their life is so hard,
Mm.
um, because they're
The
homeless.
abattoirs of the poor. That's
Yeah,
what made.
they would that they apply for, in Canada. It's called MAID, medical assistance in dying,
Yeah, made.
and
Yeah,
they apply for MAID because they're homeless, because they've got nothing else. They've got no other options. So
yeah.
they
They're
they
actually
take this.
getting capsules.